guys, so we are back on the 2006 Range Rover Sport today. If you haven't followed part 1 through 5 or 6 of this video, this was a salvage title. We're kind of bringing her back to life. And for my last video, I had a voltage drain on the battery. I wasn't sure where it was coming from, but another rookie mistake. Eventually the alternator burned out completely, so I was running the entire vehicle off of the battery, kept draining it. So it's probably one of the first things I should have checked, but at least now I know what it is. So I got the new one. I found one on Walmart online. Third-party brokers sent it to me for like 120 bucks. So pop that in, get her back on the road. So kind of walk you through it, and we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. If you haven't, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. So I've seen a couple different videos. People go through it differently, but so basically on the driver side, on the front, there's a tensioner pulley. So if you can see it, I know it's kind of hard to see. I got the ratchet on it right there, but yeah, it's right there. So basically what I did was I started from this side, loosened the tensioner puller, and then reached down underneath. So the alternator is actually on the passenger side bottom. So what I did, I got long arms, so I was able to pull the ratchet from the tensioner pulley and reach down underneath and pull the belt off the alternator. So if your arms aren't as long as mine, you may have to just kind of unhook this side and pull it off. Just keep track of what the layout for the belt. But yeah, so that's how you get the belt off. So that was the first step that I did. Now we're going to climb underneath and try to get some of that knocked out. So first look underneath. This is on the passenger side. Now I've seen other videos where people they take off these two skid plates and this cover, but I'm just going to try to pop off this cover and see if I can get in there enough without having to remove the two skid plates. It's a lot of extra work, so let me pop this off and see if we can get to it. So there's a couple different methods for these. You know, they have actual tools specifically to pop in there, but I just go in with a screwdriver, pry around. You pry out the center pin, and then it'll pop out. Notorious for breaking off, so you want to kind of get as close to that center pin and work all the way around it. So just make sure you push the screwdriver all the way in till you hit the center, and then kind of wiggle a little bit, try to pry it out, and eventually you'll get it to where it'll pop out like that. There you go. Then you should just be able to, oh, see, this one came all the way out. Then all you do from there is go behind it and pop out the rest of it. And that should stay intact pretty well. You can pop them back in, but if you want to go buy new ones, they're fairly cheap and replace them, but it's not worth it. These should be fine going back in. So another little trick I picked up over the years, sometimes these can be a little stubborn. So what I'll do is I'll take a pair of wire cutters. Now obviously you don't want to cut it off, so just apply a little bit of pressure till you feel it get to the middle, and give it a little wiggle, and let out, come right out. So, good trick for you guys. First look, check that out. It's right there. Now I know there is one on top also, and all the wiring runs to the on top and the back. So it's gonna be these two bolts here, and then let's see. Yep, this one right here on top. But yeah, it looks like I'll be able to get to everything right here, so I don't have to pop off those two skid plates. Beautiful, save me some work. So let's go ahead and knock this out. Here you go, guys, she's out. So these two bolts were kind of a pain in the neck. I had to take a 3/8 inch breaker bar to actually break them loose. And then so what I did was I took off one tube and that third bolt up there, and then actually spun it around so that I could get to the main connector, which is I believe a 12 or 13 millimeter. And then this plug, you actually push this pin in and pull this plug out. A little bit of pain, but I mean, it wasn't too bad. Oh, there she is, and we're ready to put the new one in. All right, guys, so there is the new one, and I believe this is just the aftermarket. I don't think it's a reman one, remanufactured, but either way, I've had good luck with reman stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is brand new aftermarket. Walmart.com, baby, 120 bucks. So let's throw her in and get it running. So I definitely gotta get better at this recording thing.
I went ahead and buttoned it all up, finished it and put everything back in, and realized I wasn't recording. So yeah, there's three 13mm sockets, bolts, and the main connector I believe is a 12 or 13mm, and then the main plug is 2 wires and 3 bolts, and this panel right here. But let me go see what I can show you from the top. And you probably can't see anything, but down in way down below. I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna pull on the tensioner from this side and use my other hand to feed the belt onto the alternator. That's the easiest way for me to do it. You know, if you don't have long enough arms, you may have to do it differently. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the belt back on and try to fire this thing up. She may need a jump start, so I think I did drain the battery a little bit last time I ran it. But yeah, we'll give her a try and see if we can get her back on the road. So she is back up and running, guys. Good to go. Power's good. I've been letting it run for about 20 minutes. Another fault that was happening was the radio would not let me turn it up past 20. Around 20 it would say low power, low voltage. So yeah, but that's it. She's been good to go now. Radio's cranking up and AC running, driving her down the road now. Power's good to go. So another check off the block. I also put the battery cover. We ordered a new battery cover, put that on, so should be good to go now. Yeah, man. So she's back on the road. There's just a couple of trim pieces, cosmetic pieces I gotta put on, and I'll definitely get back to you guys and with the finished product and let you know all about this salvage title Range Rover. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.